I want to focus not squarely on the device itself and the software attached to it, the focus really of this committee hearing, but rather the broader issue of privacy. You spoke in general terms about this being a fundamental human right, has been a fundamental human right in Canada since 1977. I'd like to get your expert opinion, sir, on this disastrous ArriveCAN app that has just been revealed to be an abuse of taxpayer dollars, of $60 million plus. Now, if you can think back to the time where the ArriveCAN app was heavily promoted by this government, that it's the way to go in terms of dealing with the COVID, trying to protect Canadians, et cetera. But there's a portion in the preamble when you sign up for the ArriveCAN that I'd like your opinion on. And the title is called How Your Information is Used and Disclosed. Personal information may be disclosed to contractors working for the Public Health Agency of Canada and Service Canada, as well as to the following entities: other government institutions, as well as provincial, territorial, municipal governments, or international health organizations, as well as their institutions for these purposes. Personal information may also be used for program evaluation. In other limited and specific circumstances, personal information may be used and or disclosed without consent in accordance with Section 7 and subsection 8 sub 2 of the Privacy Act. Every Canadian, tens of millions of Canadians who were forced by this Trudeau government to sign up for this ArriveCAN app,
Point of order,
it looks like had their personal information wildly...
Hold on, Mr. Brock. I have a point of order, and go ahead, Ms. Khalid.
Thanks, Chair. I'm just questioning the relevance of Mr. Brock's questioning. I'm sure the witness is not called for the line of questioning that Mr. Brock has delved down.
Just hang on a second. In every circumstance that a point of order is made, I am consistent in my ruling. I did it with Mr. Housefather, and I'm doing it again with Mr. Brock. It's his time. We've got a subject matter expert on privacy that's before us here. I'm going to allow Mr. Brock to continue. He has the floor, and I'm sure he's going to bring this to where it needs to go. Mr. Brock, Ms. Khalid, we can beat a dead horse on this. I've been chair of this committee now for almost a year and a half, and my rulings have been consistent in every circumstance for every member that sits around this table. Mr. Brock, you have 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Go ahead.
You heard the exchange. Some Liberal members don't care about privacy. Conservatives certainly do.
I object to
I'd
that.
like to get your
Mr.
opinion.
Brock, it's a matter of opinion, Mr. Brock.
Chair, I wasn't going to say it. I will say it now. Mr. Brock started his questioning by saying that he is going to be asking a question that is not relevant to the topic at hand today.
I'm not sure I heard him say that, but I can certainly check back. But Mr. Brock, you have the floor. 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Privacy. So, Mr. Light, Professor Light, can I get your opinion on what I just read out to you? Is that a danger? Was that a danger?
I just want to preface this by stating I am a member of no political party, and I come to this believing that privacy is a completely nonpartisan issue.
Yes.
We're talking about a human right. It's not negotiable. It's not debatable.
Yes.
I think that the preamble that you read is really fascinating because to me it speaks to, if you remember, Bill C-51, which was a Harper government law, created a brand new level of data sharing between government agencies. And this preamble sort of lays out how that happens. It shows you how this information flows between agencies and how it's become a quite normal thing to do. I think that dates back a very long time. That's not a new thing. It's probably been going on since before the Harper years, but I think it's something that maybe was informal and now has become quite formalized. It does scare me. As somebody who used ArriveCAN when it came out because I found it easier, or I wasn't provided with paper on a plane to fill out. I think that our technologies at airports, at borders, are quite invasive. They're also quite invasive everywhere in the world. I've been to airports in Europe where I can't go get a connection without having my face and my hand scanned. So I think our levels of invasion are not necessarily at that high level here, but that, yeah, I think that it's problematic.
Particularly with the phrase "without consent," I think is extremely problematic. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and I think that the position that it puts a traveler in, for instance, just as in the case of using mobile forensic devices within agencies for administrative purposes. You're in a position where you can't necessarily consent, where there's a
Right.
power imbalance, and so you're
And
doing
one
something
can only
because you're...
surmise what type of information that is in the possession right now of the Government of Canada, not used for purposes to protect that individual from COVID. Now, another issue I want to discuss. How much time do I have, Chair?
45 seconds.
45 seconds.
Mr. Brock.
You were
I'm gonna
aware
stick
that-
to the timelines.
Thank you. You're aware the Auditor General released a report. She talked about cybersecurity leaks, the individuals, the contractors not having proper security clearance. How do you weigh that, sir, in terms of an opinion?
I can't say I haven't read it closely.
You have not?
No.
Okay, the phrase is, the agency told us that the resources did not have access to travelers' personal information. Having resources that were not security cleared exposed the agency to an increased risk of security breaches. This is in relation to the CBSA, giving contractors without security clearance the authority to gain information on travelers. What's your opinion on that, sir? Problematic. Thank you.
Thank you.